It's the beginning of the month and we have some new updated data on the Victoria housing market. Momentum has been building with sales numbers increasing for 4 consecutive months now. This rise in sales numbers seems to point towards a regaining of consumer confidence in the market. The median sale price for a home here in Greater Victoria now is $1,174,000, which is down 6% since last year. Oh, hello in there. Say hi. So even though home prices are down since a year ago, housing affordability is still an issue. The average price of a single family home here in Victoria 10 years ago was about $565,000, whereas the average price of a single family home today is approximately $1.3 million. That's an increase of 130% over the span of 10 years. So out of curiosity, I got out my calculator and added 130% to the average price of a home today, just to see what it might be in 10 years from now. And the number came out to be $2,999,200. The potential average price of a house here in Victoria in 10 years. I don't know, it's hard to believe that that could even be possible, but I'd love to know what you guys think, so drop your comments below. Even though housing prices are down since a year ago, affordability is obviously still an issue. I'm seeing more and more buyers get really creative with ways that they can leverage themselves into the market, whether that's teaming up with a family member or some trusted friends to help increase their purchasing power, or they're being specific about looking for properties with suites or properties where they can add a suite, properties that have a garden suite or where they can add a garden suite. I've got a couple of couples I'm working with at the moment that are looking to purchase a whole duplex where they would each live in one side of it. People are finding really creative ways to get in. People are being forced to get really creative. May had the highest number in sales that we've seen since April of last year. Sales of houses seem to be outpacing the sales of condos, and prices seem to be leveling off in most sectors of the market. However, they are increasing in some areas. Available housing inventory is up 23% since a year ago, which is pretty significant. It still puts us at well below what we would actually like to see and what historically we have had as far as available inventory, but that's a really big increase in the space of a year and gives buyers quite a few more options when they're out there shopping. However, at the end of the day, we still need more houses. Personally, I've experienced a really busy, successful spring market. It's been a very successful last couple of years, which I am super grateful for. And yeah, I have noticed that in the last week that activity seems to have slowed ever so slightly, but that's just given me some time to do some home decor stuff and some extra jobs around the house, and of course to spend a little bit of extra time with you. You crazy monkey? You crazy monkey. Yes, we love you. We love you. The market isn't super competitive at the moment, but well-priced quality properties are still moving really, really quickly. So if you're a buyer and you're considering getting into this market, you'll just want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row before you start looking at properties. The single most important thing that you're going to want to have lined up is an official pre-approval from a lender. I've got a fabulous contact for a mortgage broker, so if you'd like that, please shoot me a message and I'd be happy to put you in touch with her. You'll also want to make sure that you've got easy access to a deposit Typically, deposits are expected around 5% of the purchase price. And if you're a buyer that has a property that they need to sell in order to buy something else, then you're gonna need a really good strategy in place in order to have success in this market. I'd be more than happy to talk you through that. There's definitely different options we can look at based on your unique circumstances. I am just in my backyard. It is such a lovely little oasis back here. It's a little rocky, but we have a lovely pond and deck space. And I thought I would give you a little bit more market update from down here. So, although these sales numbers have been increasing and it seems like there's consumer confidence in the market, there are a lot of buyers who are still nervous about the market right now. And I think rightfully so, with interest rates, the uncertainty of whether or not they're gonna get increased again at every rate announcement, and with a number of people being on variable rates, they're kind of just already potentially having a hard time with the increase. So there are reasons to have a little bit of uncertainty, and I always just fall back on, we live on an island, we live in a super, super desirable place, and there's only so much land here. They're not making any more, and we have the best climate in Canada. So even though we've seen prices down over the last year, in the long run, I think that we're gonna fare pretty well here. So pretty, it's so pretty back here. This is a non-alcoholic gin and tonic that I picked up, and I actually haven't tried it yet, but personally, it's been a very busy, very full couple of years. We became new parents at the end of last year, and Aiden's now almost 9 months old, and we're in such a good space right now. He's so much fun at this stage, and we're kind of finally finding our groove as new parents. And I know every stage is different, but we're really enjoying this one. This is a fun stage. Yeah, we went through IVF in order to get pregnant, and business has been really busy. I went back to work when Aiden was 3 months old. Richard, being a phenomenal stay-at-home dad, has afforded me that opportunity. And a few weeks ago, we went to this Victoria Real Estate Board event. It was an awards dinner over at the Ocean Point Hotel, and I was receiving a bronze medallion, which puts me in the top 30% of Victoria realtors in terms of sales volume. And so it was very humbling and inspiring to be in a room full of so many other successful agents, and also, not gonna lie, it was just so nice to be out of the house and dressed up, wearing a dress. I haven't actually worn a formal outfit since the same event last year, but my mom came over for the night to babysit Aiden, and so lucky to have all of that family support in town. With Richard being this great stay-at-home dad, not only does he kind of manage that aspect of it, but he is also a phenomenal handyman, which we need in a 1912 character home. He looks after the garden, and in his past life of being a chef on luxury yachts, which is where we actually met about 18 years ago, he is a phenomenal cook. So every night, I'm not gonna lie, I get pretty spoiled, and dinners are pretty good. So if you become a client, whether you're a buyer or a seller at some stage, you will likely be invited over for dinner, and I think you'd be pretty happy about that.